Sierra Sierra, India Kilo Zero Uniform Sierra Oscar, over. Good morning, Jasmin from school Russell 1. Are you ready for the question? Over.
Hi, I'm Simone and representing Giacomo, and this is my question. What progress has been made in research on planets in space, and what impact would it have on future extraterrestrial population?
One of the planets that shares can resist diseases. We've also studied how to water those plants in an autonomous way and get the areas to get them the nutrients and the plant water management studies. So we've done several studies that will help us in the future.
Hi, I'm Sophia. In your experiments, are you doing any research which has to do with new solutions to climate change? Over.
Sophia, we actually have several experiments mounted on the outside of the space station, looking back on Earth on the outside of the GEM, Japanese Experiment Module, that look at, different things, the ozone, aerosols, the carbon level, dust in the particles in the air. And so because the space station has been up here for decades now and passing over these same regions and can get a long-term view, that can then inform decisions made how to counter climate change. Over.
Hi, I'm Lubna. How will artificial intelligence influence the life and research of astronauts? Over.
Lubna, that's a good question. I think that remains to be seen, but I do know when we're talking about,
right now we have a lot of automated systems and autonomous systems that help us, but in terms of artificial intelligence, I think when we start talking about going places like Mars, where we can't just reach back to ground, where we have an entire team of people to help us, artificial intelligence might help to fill that gap. Over.
Hi, I'm Gabriele. In simple terms, can you explain what the Prometeo project is about? Over.
Sure. The Prometeo project was just performed recently by the Axiom 3 crew members who were up here. It was a study the Italian Space Agency came up with, and there are certain diseases, basically, such as Parkinson's disease, where oxidative stress causes impairment to the cognitive and behavioral functions. And so this study was looking at how antioxidant nanoparticles could maybe protect the neurons and prevent that degradation of cognitive and behavioral functions. Over.
Hi, I'm Virginia. What technological challenges do you think are crucial to overcome in order to make present in space more sustainable and comfortable in the long term? Over.
I think there are several things. First off, I think, reuse and recycling are extremely important. As we go further, we're not just going to be able to easily ship supplies, so that's something that's incredibly important. Figuring out radiation, as we go further in the solar system, how do we protect humans from the effects of radiation? And then also just looking at psychological welfare and how do we handle that stress of being away from
our whole planet for this long period of time, from everyone we know and love. Over.
Hi, I'm Francesca. You're carrying out studies on the cardiovascular system. Could the results obtained be applied, for example, in the development of new aeronautical technologies? Over.
Yeah, you're right. We're carrying out several studies. Lots of human research experiments in general on cardiovascular and other systems, to understand how things like the weightless environment impact. A lot of things up here in the space environment simulate rapid aging, especially to our vascular system and our arteries. And that can then be applied to help us, go further and do longer duration missions further out in space, and also to help us back on Earth. Over.
Hi, I'm Sarah. If a person gets sick while being after space, what can be done to avoid the presence of viruses and apply the document treatment? Over.
I think a lot of the things we do are the same as you would do on home, back on Earth. Things like trying to prevent contact, wearing masks, depending on how that specific virus spreads, cleaning surfaces, hygiene. Here, one of the biggest things is by quarantining before we come to space. Over.
How does the perception of time and space changing during prolonged space missions? Over.
Flavio, it turns out all my crewmates and I have agreed that time seems to actually go by really fast up here, and there was just recently a study that showed this as well, that at least the perception for astronauts is that time moves faster in these long-duration missions. Over.
Hi, I'm Sophia. How do you deal with long-term physical changes such as loss of bone density while in space? Over.
First off, we try to prevent those losses by counteracting measures. We exercise 2.5 hours a day. It turns out by loading our bodies with weights and working out, we actually have been able to stop the loss of bone density. However, the structure of the bone we found still changes, and so that's something we're still working to understand and see if we can figure out how to keep the structure as strong. Over.
Hi, I'm Laura. What are the physical tests that an astronaut must pass? Over.
Laura, there are
In general, it's physically safe to do this job. One of the hardest things physically is doing spacewalk, and so there's actually no, at least at NASA, no pass.
physical fitness test we have to take, but we do an assessment every year, things like push-ups, pull-ups, crunches, grip strength, flexibility, every year to assess how we're doing, and it's on us to make sure we're physically fit to do the job we need to do. Over.
Hi, I'm Michaela. What is standard procedure in case of fire? Over.
Michaela, first we make sure everyone knows about the fire, and we all gather together in a location where we have access to our vehicles. In a worst-case situation, if the fire is bad enough and we need to leave space station, we want to make sure the fire is not between us and our spacecraft so we can leave. And then we work to fight the fire if we know where it is.
It's a lot easier, sometimes it's more difficult behind the lines.
Ok, allora vado in trasmissione.
Kilo 0 Uniform Sierra Oscar, this is Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. I think I may have lost you. How do you read? Over.
Hi, Evan. In the event of a breakdown in the carbon dioxide disposal machinery, what should the astronauts do? Hoping it never happens. Over.
Yes, I'm also hoping it never happens. First off, we have a lot of redundant systems for carbon dioxide disposal. We actually, just in recent years have started using new machines for carbon dioxide disposal, and so we have the old systems as backup. The Russians have different systems, so we have a lot of redundant systems to make sure we don't lose that capability. capability. Worst case, if everything went down, I think we would have to eventually move the station over.
Okay, solve the question. Thank you for the nice talk.